بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Welcome my dear students on a new class. We've got conversation and this is going to be on page 4 of your students' books. So I would like all of you to follow me well. Hold a pencil in your hand and open the students' books to page 4. Conversation. Okay. Following the teacher is an important and a pivotal part in the learning process. If you follow the teacher, then you can jot down the new words, then you can follow the instructions of the class, and this is all to your benefit. So here again, let's start our class today. We've got a listening. Listen and practice reading the conversation in pairs. So first of all, you're going to listen because I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Okay.
Page 4. 3. Conversation. Listen and practice reading the conversation in pairs. Then act it out.
Can I help you?
Could you please tell me where I can find biology books and research documents?
What exactly are you looking for?
It's about a science project, and I need to gather information in order to create a timeline for biological research over the last 60 years or so.
I see. That must be interesting. It can't be easy to collect all the information and choose the key items you need, but I'm sure you'll manage. Go to aisle 5 and look up the biology section. I'm sure you'll find what you need.
I hope so. Thanks for your help.
One more thing. The research documents are in the reference section. You have to sign and get a key. You can look up what you need and read documents in the reference section, but you mustn't take anything out.
Can I photocopy any pages?
You'll have to check with me first. You are not allowed to photocopy old manuscripts.
I understand. Thanks again.
I've noticed you have to use a whole pile of books. Are you doing research?
Yes, I'm trying to, but I'm not sure I can do it within the deadline. I'll need to spend days in the library reading and making notes.
Don't you worry. Of course you'll make it. It seems impossible at first, but you get used to it. Would searching online or using e-books help?
That would be awesome, but all the computers are taken.
No, not really. How about using this one? I'm just about to leave.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. I'll let the librarian know on my way out. You'd better move over right away before someone else takes it. Here, I'll help you move your things.
Thanks a lot. I owe you big time.
Not at all. I'm sure you'd do the same.
So this conversation has been between Hashim and a librarian. Now, what was Hashim looking for? Was the librarian helpful to Hashim? How did Hashim ask the librarian about biology books? Okay, this is our class today about questioning, about permission. How to ask people about information and how to ask permission. Okay, now how was the librarian helpful to Hashim? Did he advise him to the reference book section? Yes, he did. That's okay. And did he allow him to photocopy any parts of the books? Yes, I can hear somebody say yes. Yes, he did. So the librarian was helpful to Hashim, wasn't he? Yes, he was. All right. The second part of the listening. Who did Hashim meet? Did he meet Ali? Yes, he did. And was Ali helpful to Hashim as well? Yes or no? Yes? That's good. How could you know Ali was helpful to Hashim too? You are right there, absolutely correct. He offered him his computer set because he was leaving and he wanted him to do his work, and he encouraged him to carry on with his project and not to feel lazy or reluctant. That's very interesting. Thanks a lot. Now, there are some ways to ask for and give information. Can anybody read? Could you please tell me where I can find the nearest pharmacy? Could you please tell me where I can find biology books? Sure, go straight ahead and turn right. The biology books are on your right, on the first shelf. What exactly are you looking for? I'm looking for an Oxford dictionary. So, this is how to ask for information. Okay? Another thing we learned out of this conversation is how to ask permission. Can I photocopy this part of the book? Excuse me, can I photocopy this part of the book? Is it all right if I borrow this book? Do I have the permission to do such a thing? And the answer, certainly, of course. Yes, sure. No problem. Okay. Another thing we learned out of this conversation is how to express obligation. What is obligation, gentlemen? Obligation is a way that you express. It is a meaning that you are obliged, that it is necessary, it's mandatory to do something in particular. Some ways to say that something is mandatory, something is very important. If you do not it, you may encounter some bad consequences. You must fill in all these fields. Can you complete? Otherwise, you will lose the job. You must fill in all these fields. Otherwise, your application is invalid. You need to sign here and there. You have to be on time. These are obligations. You aren't allowed to use this room. This is how to make prohibition. You aren't allowed to use this room. You aren't allowed to take the manuscripts out to the library. You mustn't touch anything. You can imagine you are visiting, let us say, a museum, and you are watching the statues in their glass chambers, and you are about to touch one of the glass chambers when the guard there says, "Sir, you mustn't touch anything here." Out of this conversation, gentlemen, we get some new key vocabulary like aisle. What is an aisle? It is a narrow path between two sets of seats on an airplane, on a ship, or perhaps in a supermarket or in a library between two sets of shelves. An aisle is a long, narrow path. Look up. What do you do when you want to know the meaning of a word? You just grab a dictionary and start to look the word up. Look up. Find the meaning of a new word. Reference. Those who do researches must enlist their references at the end of the book. Reference. Yeah. Manuscripts, old big books, old large books. Manuscripts. Oh, we owe our parents a lot. I owe my brother a sum of money. We owe our teachers a lot. Words in context. My dear students, it's very important to use the new words you have learned in sentences of your own. This is what we call contextualization. When you use the words in the context in a sentence that is said to say, you get used to the meaning of the word. Let us borrow the example of learning the word, for example, earthquake. Earthquake is a kind of landslide, a kind of natural disaster. So we can have a sentence like this. Malaysia is famous for earthquakes. Earthquakes destroy lots of buildings. So I mean to say, when you use the word in context, you get used to the meaning of the word. You cannot learn the words separately because simply we do not speak separate words, do we? I would like to book an aisle seat. I feel more relaxed. Have a look. Can you see how we used the word aisle in a sentence of our own? I would like to book an aisle seat on a plane. I feel more relaxed. We use a dictionary to look up new words. If you do a research, you need to enlist your references at the end of it. We owe our parents everything. Dear students, thank you so much for being attentive to me today. I wish you the best of luck and wait for me in other classes. Don't forget to refer to the school site, do the electronic homework, do the worksheet, and refer to the workbook as well. Read through the student's book, the first 3 pages, jot down the new words in your own self-made dictionary to become excellent students. Thank you so much and have a very nice time. Bye.